I'm sorry, I had to come back here. I wanted to turn this camera around here. All of this, so again, with they have the way they have this set up, you frustrating. You cannot frustrate, prevent, and impede the carrying out of justice or this frivolous lawsuits. You cannot do things to harass. Lawyers were sanctioned, licenses were suspended or you were fined. And we had all of those things spelled out in the books like this on this order with the law books what we received. All this, I'm a lawyer, but this is all then I could, as a lawyer, do the proper legal analyses. It's not a name calling and insulting as it does all of the time. So, and as I pointed out to others, and these law students, whatever, saying about their lawyers, and they are, the files are much smaller, because and then that scarecrow murder was single, where they have to do away with the Napoleonic Code because law students or lawyers can't practice it because she and her clan are committing these serious crimes on us, on others, on them and us in the cerebral vortex and the head region. When you have it wearing that suffocating mask, and then they had the audacity to rephrase everything as emotional Eddie Jordan constantly insulting me and my intelligence. Well, you say stupid things and that's stupid and that doesn't make sense, and you talk nonsense on and on, and they clan and nevertheless I go for far. I hear the evidence. And say, indicators, bad faith, fraud, or the practices in grounds for permanent disbarment. Eddie Jordan, run-on sentences, including, and that's how you phrase the references to the different counts or acts, criminal acts, or involve and are included in the NRs to connect if you have every option. I'm correct. And what he does in harassing me and all this bad faith, fraud, and other practices. Anyways, like you say, I'm making up things. You can't fabricate evidence that's a lie. Yes, you do. And it's unethical. You cannot, they could, sometime I can just imagine, it's like I could imagine them this, as if they're going to bring a person in to jail and let them have it. I said, you are this and you are, and that man, he died shortly. It was with OID, Office Indigent Defendants, the Office of OIDP. He was an attorney, I believe he was. But he was a key witness in this case of post-conviction. I don't know what happened with that man. Post-conviction, we have lived a post-conviction application for post-conviction relief. But even with the shades, I know what I'm talking about. And Eddie Jordan sent back on the message when somebody said Shay that was dead because of whatever he said, and that's the point. I gladly nail him, and that's the point about text messages. You're not gonna, and it's not personal, but I'm like, I gladly nail you. I told him I gladly Eddie Jordan you. You're not gonna just like he can do, like you're gonna. They say the criminals are in control, but they're always first like this. On the same, okay, you have to this. And it's her regulations, and as I've indicated. But and then and there's nothing you can do about it. And so that's why they all would say rather Oh, but they have, again, that's a syndicated, and see, they have this where this camera can't turn around. That's impeding, frustrating, impeding, interfering with the carrying out of justice, and or in the matter of harassing. They have me to go through the little, that's a crazy check gig. They put that you go through, and I go through that with even with handling, doing what I do with this case, to get the job done. The guilty as, of course, sin. The guilty. And then Eddie Jordan talking about he got had a win and accused me of being judgmental and judgmental, evangelical. And I always tell him, look, I don't care what you think about me. But as like that woman who, and that's what Halloween is. I have a right to say that. That's evangelizing. He has you're an evangelist, and it is. He's committing a crime on me. It's like somebody having a gunpoint. That's exactly how I feel. And he's talking about Jimmy Swagger, Billy Graham. All right, Billy Graham. So but that discrediting God. And so but when I saw that notice again, I thought that was a female, but they be a man that use it refer to as Jackie. Excuse me. But that's why I asked her when she was talking to me, she had the mask on, and it's going on. It's underway. They're still at it with those masks. But but that's why I tell people, because as a lawyer, of course I did the work, and that's what I mean. I didn't go to law school to get a husband, and I didn't just style desks. Offices. I did the work. Eddie Jordan sitting back, being best, just like they are, just like they're in the court. She did, and I'm the lawyer. I'm the lawyer. The lawyer was supposed to ban me, and they all. I'm the lawyer coming in this case, coming to get the evidence and doing the job. You can forget it. That's the corruption that to have it set up. That way, lawyers to a job. That's why you go to a lawyer, have retain them, do your work. It's not supposed to be a comparison thing like that, like my husband doing, and the others. I was on the street corner, they were talking about a fight, but everything that I'm observing in them, and I know the people are being violated, and the crimes are underway, and I thought, okay, then that's all that's supposed to matter. With the idea of fighting, and it's just to the extent the whole person saying, I'm going to F them up. Eddie Jordan comes back again with, somebody, I'm talking about, I'm giving them a record. Somebody questioned my mental state. And so and I said, no, they're just doing what they were taught. I don't have to care. That's the corruption. He's the one acting in bad faith. And then whoever put this Kelly Leger or anybody else, Kelly Leger is another one that was in law school around the same time. Just says it's true with Marlon Gusman. We all learned the law the same way, rules, ethical rules, and it's one of the books. What they're doing is grounds for permanent disbarment. They have nothing on me, and it's a free country, as I tell people, and I can share the word with them, and nobody's shutting God up. They're not supposed to be in a position to attack somebody, commit criminal assault and battery, or assault and or battery on the person, and especially on an attorney. All that crap they put together. You harass me, my husband doesn't know what that means. They don't know. No, they are, but it's the lawyers. the lawyers, Eddie Jordan and all of them, still practicing, and he's the one. They are the ones guilty. They are the ones that are supposed to be permanent disbarred. The bar association is in existence, and as with those, as it's true, this Louisiana State Bar. That's how we got licensed. Those of us who got licensed by the state of Louisiana after taking that bar exam, and the Louisiana State Bar Association. You have 50 states, and then Washington. The bar, and that's what they would say Big Brother is watching. All they have the nerve to do is when they focus on behavior anyway. But they have like bus drivers telling me Big Brother's watching. And as if I can't drive, I don't know how to drive a streetcar, but that's a lie. Lie in wait. These demons have the nerve to have dismantled everything. Have that scarecrow murderer. My husband said, "Don't tell her anything. Just." A man said that on a streetcar years ago now, more than 4 years now. She's killing people. She really is. And they're giving them those drugs and they're meds, and my husband's not the one, not even supposed to be put in that position. Let him do it. This is whatever. I don't know what I'm doing. And my husband's not at fault. They're telling him, I'm giving them the just as you gave, just as he retained others. And I even had a young man, I told him, I'm working for you. He said, I want you to work for me. I said, you don't even know what I'm doing. So, but that's what they said. That's what my neighbor, I thought that of her. When I saw that name, Jackie, because I couldn't remember her name, but the one who was she's Hebrew Israelite. And so, first, they put that sign, they put that notice of the funeral out there, and then Danielle said she couldn't say anything, disclose anything. I was trying to figure out which person, but it's incorrect anyway. But okay, if that's supposed to be the case, I let them know, Lord, I blew Google about I know how to Google. I blew that up, you know. Don't come in on them. They ain't killing me. They're killing people and they killing me and they put me in. I let them know, look, you're not going to snuff me out and have one. You know what I can do about it? And that's why let me tell people it's so awesome how God has it. So as a lawyer, of course I know. And it's just... I just like them seeing God and me providing to bless me to get my own justice so I'm not violated. Yeah, they said in the past, and perhaps to an extent you may need a lawyer to represent you. But that's the point of being a lawyer. Think. That's common sense. Common sense. That's corruption. Common sense. You don't have common sense. You need medicine. All of that liars. Yeah, legal reasoning. Proximate cause and cutoffs. Intervening causes. But everything was limited to the practice of law. And my professor, I recall at least once saying, that's not the same thing. It's not just a matter of reasoning. And so that's why it's to do the job. And I told Eddie Jordan that these people were correct. It is not that they don't know. Racists do not want blacks primarily to find out. I attended those entertainment law practice conferences in LA and so forth. If they don't want you to advance, then that's what that's what it is. It's not that they don't know how to, but the law is the law. And so, if you give me, even with judges, that's crazy. Of course, judges and others were investigating, so I'm correct. No one, they could not do me anything, because I'm not breaking the law. I'm doing my job anyway as a lawyer. And the Bar Association used the lawyers, and then they serving their capacities and office of the court. Excuse me, public servant. That's what we're sworn in as. And of course, that means you are the lawyers. That's why I told him I'm Donald Trump's boss, meaning what I meant. They should have had advisors, but I can come in and bust, as I already have dealt with Washington, all of them. I don't care who has indicated already. If they're dead, this is still a justice. This is the record for it. And they're guilty. They have cases that are not subject to prescription. All Eddie Jordan is doing. Any other ones like him is coming back, looking at what I do to challenge me again. He can't, that's illegal. And again, that's not the purpose of it, is to carry out justice. No, that's not how we stay safe. Ain't nothing you can do about it. No. And nobody can challenge me, all that public, private, none of it. Office of the court. And I'm signing off. I know what I'm talking about. I'm correct. And it's to do the legal analysis and to do the job. Anyway, I found out that man, she said that the person who died is a male, and he had an incident. He was stabbed with an ice pick. And so, just as the woman I relate that even when I told Eddie about how sad it is with all of these people in wheelchairs, he takes this and twists it or uses it to allege I don't know what I'm talking about, because I'm sympathetic. I'm sympathetic towards Donald Trump, and as if that's lawyering. Oh please, laugh or whatever. And what is Pence up to? As if he said to me, I'm not going to call you by any Pence or like this, buddy. And so that's the point. When he says talk, I say talk. Whatever he told, so that's the point. You guilty of sin. And when he says things, I'm the experienced attorney, listening to get the factual evidence and know what to do with it. Hear me. Ridicule me. When he says you commit, contempt of court and mockery, contempt, he does all of that. That's on the mountain. When you want to be the devil, I'll take you there. So, so I was glad to find out, because this is another lady I like, and as I indicated earlier, another portion of this record, I was so my neighbor, and God bless me, but for her to come along so I could see she's okay. But all we have to do, that's conclusive proof of the corruption. And so, Eddie disrespected me as the adjudicating attorney. In the case of the adjudicator, I'm telling you, and God asked me, I'm in great shape, God asked me, I'm walking around like you see it. And they have to beat you, they commit the FUB crimes on me all of the time. I'll come back and show that. I'll be back, thank you.